tough.
And welcome to Sports Talk on this great Tuesday evening on the Tuesday night edition. And we're excited because so much is going on in sports. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with my good friend, the producer of this show, Big Don for Big Don Production. What's up, my brother?
Everything's good.
All right, all the way in Jacksonville, Florida. What's up, my brother, my one and only brother, Henry Green? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro? How's everybody this evening?
All right, all the way, got two guys in Maryland. We have the great Bishop Ernest Richard Jr. from the Power to Stand Outreach Ministries. How you doing, Bishop?
They said I wouldn't make it. Here I am.
In Frederick, Maryland, Larry Pearson, one of the chief, a loyal Chief fan, and you better win Sunday. What's up, Larry? How you doing?
Getting ready for the three-peat.
Get ready for the three-peat. And we have our sports legend, Anthony McLean. And congratulations, Anthony, on your new show that you're starting as well. But welcome to Sports Talk once again, my brother. How you doing today?
I'm good, and thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. In the absence of Bruce Austin, he's down in New Orleans, chilling out today. Sent me a picture of him laying back. And also, let's keep Pastor Walter Teague in prayer. His wife is at the emergency room, so we're going to keep her in prayer today. First Lady Pam and Bob McCormick is going to be calling in, and Kendall Tyson is on his way. So we're going to get started. An hour go by fast. Henry, this is for you first, bro. Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic trade. Let's talk about that trade, man. And what you think about? What's your thoughts on that? Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic.
Well, actually, I love the trade, and for my thoughts, first of all, because when you look at what the Lakers did when they got Anthony Davis, they traded Ingram away, Alonzo Ball and Josh Hart got Anthony Davis. They won a championship. So now with that same trade, now they get a 25-year-old superstar that they're bringing in. So now, to me, they got the best duo in basketball right now, even though they haven't played a game yet together. But the way I look at it, I think it was a good move. And also for Dallas, I think it was a good move because I think Anthony Davis, he'll play the power forward, and he'll fit in, I think, with the big there he got. And so we just got to see it, him and Kyrie Irving, who's going to be the number one, who's going to be the big dog on the team, the leader.
Is that the big dog?
But, I think it was a good move all the way around. But just that Luka's only 25 years old, and I'll say this real quick, then I'll stop talking. So Luka, out of everybody in the playoff, he is a monster. He plays better in the playoff than he does in the regular season.
Okay, what about you, Larry? Then I go to Anthony and the Bishop. What about you, Larry?
Luka, I don't think it was a great trade. Luka's a superstar, but Luka plays on talent. Luka's been playing all his life. Luka never stays in shape. He doesn't play defense, and his body breaks down on him. Ever since I've been watching Luka, he has never been in tip-top shape. He's like Shaq. They play on the ability, But after that starts fading away, in another 5 years, Luka's not going to be the same man because his body ain't going to hold up. If you don't keep your body in shape and don't put the time in, hey, it's not going to last.
What about you, Anthony? Was that a good trade or what, to your opinion?
I think it's a good trade for Dallas. I think you're going to have a motivated Anthony Davis now. And the person who probably gains the most with this is Kyrie, because now He's clearly going to be, like Henry said, the guy in Dallas. But there's going to be, I think there's going to be a little bit more of a balance. I don't know if they can make a run to the finals like they did, but to me, I get the feeling that Luka and LeBron are going to clash a little bit in regards to the ball. And let's face it, as good a player as Luka's one dimensional. Luka couldn't guard a shadow at this point in time right now. And a lot of what the Lakers are doing is predicated off of that defense. I still, to me, even though it looks good on a sort of a fantasy league level, I don't see it translating on the court.
We're gonna find out. Go ahead, Bishop. Y'all go with Big Doc.
Well, I mean, and Anthony kind of took just a touch of the thunder away, but I'd simply say it's a better deal, really, for the Lakers from an offensive standpoint. And I only say that because they're missing perimeter shooters. They're going to miss that inside presence with Davis now gone, but they get in place of that perimeter shooting that Luka can provide. Now on the defensive side, and you're right, Anthony, I don't think I've seen him play defense, but maybe once or twice, and he just happened to be in the way. But anyway, it's a good trade for the Mavericks too, because they needed an inside presence, somebody that can kind of help out on the boards. Because I think most of their games, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they get killed on the boards, And Kyrie gives Kyrie a chance to pilot his team the way he needs to. He doesn't have to feed the ball down low to Doncic all the time. So let's wait and see what happens. We got a whole nother half to go. The All-Star break hasn't gotten here yet. We're a couple of weeks from the All-Star break, so let's wait and see what happens.
Go ahead, Big Don. Give me your opinion on this trade, man, for both sides. Like Henry said, Luka's 25 years old. LeBron's going to be leaving in a little while if he don't get traded to Golden State. And Luka did go to the finals last year. I mean, I come out of a tough West. Can he help the Lakers at all?
Yes, he can. First of all, the Lakers invested a lot in AD, and he didn't come through for them because they wanted AD. Sure, he got that one ring, but they wanted AD to be their next franchise player. It's pretty clear that was not going to happen. That's one reason why they made the trade. They think that they can do it with Luka. I know you guys are saying he's out of shape. I read all that stuff too. I'm telling you, they got one hope. That's LeBron James. If anybody can get to Luka, we should know it's LeBron James. Luka can be the man that he needs to be. It's all upstairs. He just needs somebody to help him get his act together. They looking at the future. A 25-year-old Luka, you get him right, you put some players around him, and Luka, I think he's going to want to win a championship. Who's better to teach him how to do that than LeBron James? And as for Dallas, that was a great move for them to get AD because they needed that presence inside. They need somebody that can score, block shot, all-around player. But he ain't going to be the finisher. The finisher going to have to be Kyrie. So I think that's when Kyrie going to come in. And one thing for sure, the Mavericks are trying to do it today. They know there's no tomorrow for them. They need to do it now. The Lakers, they still got a little time.
And in my opinion, I think it was a great move for both teams, first of all. But like the Donald said, they had AD now for like 5 years. They got one chip, but he didn't want that mantle because they've been trying to give it to him for the last 4 years. He don't want it. So Luka already proved, that he could beat some of these big teams. He beat OKC last year. They beat Minnesota. And that was basically Luka and Kyrie. I mean, they had help with the bench. I think Luka and LeBron together, I think if Luka is focused, they could come out the West again because they really have no answer for Luka Doncic when he wants to play. No answer whatsoever. So I think it'd be a good move for the Lakers if LeBron stay healthy and Luka stay healthy and get a couple more pieces to go with them because it's going to be hard to stop either one of the two guys one-on-one. I think Luka is probably the best sidekick that LeBron going to have, maybe besides Kyrie Irving, because he's better than Dwayne Wade. He's better than Anthony Davis from a scoring standpoint. So I think that'll be a good move if from thinkers.
I agree.
I just want to say one thing. I think Luka Doncic, he got that killer instinct that Kobe and Michael Jordan had.
Right.
That Luca is a killer, and I mean, in the playoffs, I mean, if you look at how he carried Dallas the last 3 years by himself. Last year he did have Kyrie; they made it to the finals, but the in the playoffs, he's a different animal, man. He got that killer instinct, like I said, like Kobe and Michael Jordan. Because look at the teams that he had with Dallas, how he carried them. That's
Right.
how I look. That's how I look at how he plays.
But
Well,
70 million a year, 70 million a year, and putting that much investment on somebody not giving you 100%. I mean, that's a lot of money to throw out there.
you figured I get 100%, Larry, and the guy went to the finals last year.
Well, they're talking about his beer drinking, hanging out at the club.
To Luca.
Yeah, they said that's a lot of reason why Dallas was getting tired of put up with him, gaining weight. That's why I'm saying if anybody could break that, it would be LeBron James because he done dealt with some of the toughest ones out there.
Right. Okay. I mean, if he wants to win, now he's in LA now. He's not in Dallas anymore. LA is expecting to win.
A different light. He's gonna look at things
Total different life.
Because if he come back and do go to the finals or whatever, it's gonna make Dallas look bad.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're talking about a 25-year-old guy, okay, that took you to the finals. I mean, and every year he took Dallas to another level in the West, the Wild West too.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to see how Dallas want to give him up because of conditioning. Get somebody in there to help him out there.
Yeah, well, AD is a good fit for them right now too, though.
If he stays healthy.
AD stay healthy, he can give them what they want, except for in the playoff, he's gonna disappear.
Okay, and where Luca don't disappear.
Right. Luca want to shine, AD want to go high.
Wow. So going around once again, Bishop, that was a bad trade.
No, I think it's a balanced trade. Each can help the other, but we're going to see we got to find out who flourishes from this. I believe the Lakers will flourish more so than the Mavericks will.
Okay, Henry, what you think again? One more time.
I feel it was a great trade for both teams, but I'll give the edge to the Lakers because Luca is that man. He's that man. That boy can play now. And so now if he's playing that good and he's out of shape, can anybody get him in shape?
Right, and they can't stop him. They can't stop the kid. Larry, so to you, a bad trade?
I think it's not going to be a good trade because for one thing, you got to be a leader. And Luka's not a leader, okay? You lead by, if you was the boss, okay, you lead by setting an example. And Luka doesn't do that, okay? First of all, you got to come in there. You got to be the first one there. You got to stay late. You got to put everything into it to be a leader. And if you're not a leader and lead a great team like that, and you in LA, you are on the spot, and he's going to get called out on the rug.
At 25 years old, though, Larry, can he be taught? I'm thinking LeBron James, like I said, is the man that can do. He's only 25.
But so Luka been playing since he was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's been playing. He started professional basketball at a very young age.
That was over that country. Over here now. He just got here pretty much. So let's see.
Mr. Anthony, what you think again, man? In your opinion, one more time. Bad trade.
I think Dallas, on the surface, I think Dallas won the trade only because it gives them more balance. Luka, to me, he's another scorer. I think the defensive woes are going to come back to haunt them, and they're putting a lot of pressure on for the Lakers. There's going to be a lot of pressure on these young kids who were just playing while Davis was out. Now the pressure is going to be more on them if they want to make a run to the championship.
Okay, now if the Lakers get a chance to pick up another player before the trade deadline, that's Thursday, I think, coming up. Yeah. If they can pick up another player, because they still got Austin Reeves, they still got their rookie Connect, all right, and they got other players. They still got some of the main pieces. If they can pick up a big man that can help them out a little bit, I mean, because Luka, he can give you 35 points a game, man. God, easy. Which AD.
Offense has never been the Lakers' problem. It's been it's the defense.
No, but
down the
especially in the play. But in the play, but see, only thing is you can't win those high scoring games like during the regular season, like you can during the postseason. Postseason, there's
this is
more of
what I'm
an
saying.
emphasis on defense.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. When you got to depend on a 40-year-old man to give you 30 points, and the next star is Anthony Davis, he might give you 31 night, then he might give you 10 the next night, he might give you 21 night, he might give you 15 the next night. You got a guy that can constantly give you 35 points a game.
And he's going to give up 36.
It ain't even about none of that. It's about down the stretch. You got your pure shooter like Luka down the stretch. A lot of that time down the stretch is when AD wouldn't come through for them. LeBron James was a little too old to get the job done like it used to be. You get that ball to Luka with so many seconds left, it was like giving it to Pat Mahomes. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We'll see.
That.
Now you shake your head, no, what you don't agree with that, Larry? He showed it last year.
Yeah, because just like he said, he's gonna score 36 and give up 37 because in the playoffs, you got a lot of teams score 140 points. Okay, everybody can do that, but getting the rebounds, playing defense, that's where the turnaround in the playoff comes at. It comes down to defense.
Hitting that last shot was a lot of it about. A lot of it come down to those last 1 minute and all that.
Yeah,
just like football, it comes down to defense.
That AD couldn't do. AD never stepped up in the crunch time. Luka will.
Yeah, and he lost to the Celtics. Okay, the Celtics, they played good. They had
Celtics had a better team.
They had a better team. But you gotta remember, coming out of that West, Larry, they beat OKC, I believe it was last year in the playoffs, and they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, that a team that we predicted that was going to come out. That was going to come out the West on this sports talk show. Besides either Denver Nuggets, but they came out of the West. Nobody expected Dallas to come out of the West last year. Nobody on this sports talk show picked the Dallas Mavericks to come out of the West. And Luka Doncic was the one, and Kyrie that led that team, Larry.
But did you ever think, since Luka been playing, that he was in great shape? Ever?
In what? Great shape?
Yeah, ever.
Well, he wasn't in great shape last year, and then he came out the West.
He ain't in great shape, but you still can't stop him. The man takes
but just like Shaq could have been a whole lot better if he had put the time in, put the emphasis instead of doing all that partying, like Luka's doing.
How many rings Shaq got with that laziness?
4.
And he could have got much, much more.
He could have, but 4 puts him in the history book.
I got 4.
Well, you know what? Let me say this. I mean, we can go back and forth, up and down, and all around. Give our what we think, how we feel. Wait till this is why we play the games. Let's wait and let's see. Speculation is the Lakers should have a much better scoring average. The Mavericks should have a better defense. So let's see how it plays out.
Okay, well, I got on the screen for my viewers to see who won the trade, the Lakers or the Mavs. Bishop, who won, Lakers or the Mavs?
I think the Lakers won.
Okay, Henry, the Lakers or the Mavs?
I'm going to say the Lakers. Luka's only 25 years old.
Larry, Lakers or the Mavs? That's on the screen.
I say the Mavericks. The Mavericks going to prove it this year. And you're going to see where the Lakers go.
All right, Mr. Anthony McLean, Lakers or the Mavs?
Mavs.
Mavs, Don?
Lakers.
I got the Lakers because 25 years old, and they got a consistent scorer now that can score going down the stretch. And most of the time, the Lakers games, even when they lose to the Denver Nuggets and all that, they was lost going down the stretch of the game. That's when they lost most of their games. They got someone now that can close it out for them.
Now, I'll give you a good example too, Jerry. Remember when the Warriors couldn't guard their own shadow? Yep. During that time, they had to score in order to win. They ain't have a choice. That's where the Lakers are right now. They got to score now. They don't have a choice because their defense is so weak. I mean, you might as well drink pond water if you're going to sit there. I'm sorry. They don't have a good defense. I've seen a couple of their games. I could have scored. Well, as long as LeBron don't come snatch my shot out the air. But
I can't wait to see how Luka and LeBron play together. I got Bob McCormick on the line. Bob, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, Jerry. How are you?
I'm doing good, Bob. All right, you got our sports report real fast?
Yeah, sure do. Actually, Jerry, I got your favorite gospel singer I'm going to lead off tonight in the sports report.
Go ahead.
That Yolanda Adams, she'll host the Super Bowl Soulful Celebration. Other gospel artists will be joining her on Saturday night on Fox. Super Bowl tickets, I should say Super Bowl tickets, prices are plummeting. The cheapest ticket for the big game in New Orleans has fallen below $4,000 on the secondary market. The word "end racism" will not be featured in the back of the end zone during the Super Bowl. Instead, the phrases "choose love" and "it takes all of us" will be emblazoned in the end zone. Officials say we felt it was an appropriate statement to what the country has collectively endured recently. Donald Trump will become the first sitting president to attend this year's Super Bowl. Grammy-winning John Batiste will sing the national anthem. Hip-hop artist Kendrick Lamar will headline the halftime show. The big game Sunday night at 6:30. Other football news, the NFC won its third straight Pro Bowl behind 3 touchdown performances from MVP Jared Goff. Chip Kelly is leaving Ohio State to be the Raiders' offensive coordinator. The Bears are hiring Eric Bieniemy as the running back coach. Lions' Tanner Engerstrom is taking over as Jets' offensive coordinator. The Jaguars hired the Packers' Anthony Capinelli as defensive coordinator. The Raiders bringing back Patrick Graham to be DC. Steve Wilkes DC for the Jets. Myles Garrett of the Browns wants to be traded. The Rams are seeking to trade wide receiver Cooper Kupp. On to pro basketball. The Sixers trade Khalid Martin to the Mavs for Quentin Grimes. The Heat's Jimmy Butler doesn't want to go to the Warriors. The Kings trade De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs in a 3-team deal that saw Zach LaVine go to the Kings. The Bulls got 3 players. I know you guys have been talking about the Doncic Davis trade. Onto the WNBA, the Fever gets 6-time All-Star Tawana Bonner, an 8-time All-Star Tina Charles will rejoin the Connecticut Sun. Dejanay Carrington traded to the Wings for J.C. Sheldon. The Mercury get Sabali from the Wings. That was a 4-team trade. Couple of number 22 jerseys retired over the weekend. Asia Wilson by the South Carolina Gamecocks and Caitlin Clark by Iowa. McDonald's has a new menu item, the Angel Reese Special. Angel also surprised her mom by paying off her mortgage as a birthday present. Bad news, Michael Jordan's son, Marcus, arrested in Florida for DUI and other charges. Police say he fled a traffic stop. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker is denying accusations of sexual misconduct by 6 massage therapists. Baseball pitcher Max Scherzer signs a 1-year deal with the Blue Jays. Former baseball commissioner Faye Vincent has died at 86. He lived in New Canaan, Connecticut. Tom Jackson, former UConn football coach, has died at 76. He was ranked 3rd in Husky wins. Tiger Woods' mom died today. She was his biggest fan. She was 78. On the ice tonight, it's Justice Penguins, Bruins host the Wild, Golden Knights, and Islanders. And Simona Halep is retiring from tennis at the age of 33. And that's all the sports I got for you, Jerry.
All right, Bob. Thank you for the sports update. We appreciate having you on the air tonight. Keep up the great work, all right? That's the legendary Bob McCormick. Thanks, Bob. All right. All right. That's Sports Talk tonight with Bob McCormick. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with my good friend Big Don for Big Don Production. You can see in the corner of Big Don Production. We have Anthony McLean, our sports legend as well. Bishop Ernest Richard, one of the best bishops in the country, in the world, with the power to stand outreach ministries. My one and only brother, Henry Green, in Florida, and my brother-in-law, Larry Pearson, a Chiefs fan. Now, we're going to get to the Chiefs in a minute, but I do got to talk about that Sacramento Kings trade De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs, man. He's going to team up with Victor Wembanyama. Do you guys think that was a good trade or what? Anthony, what do you think?
Great trade for the Spurs. I think again, it just they're stockpiling. They're they're going to be a dangerous team. You're going to have to watch. They're probably a year away from really contending. Maybe they sneak into the second round this year, depending on how the rest of the trade deadline goes. But yeah, this is a very good trade for the Spurs. And I guess the surprising thing was that Levine wound up going somewhere else because his name was talked about going to the Warriors.
Okay, okay, Larry. But now the Kings got Zach Levine. They still got the guy that played for the Lakers. I watched him last night. And they got what up? They got the other guy that came from
DeRozan. DeMarcus DeRozan.
Yeah, they got Lamar DeRozan. Larry.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, but Larry, how good will the Kings be?
Kings will be a little improved, but I think they ain't strong enough to take it to the past the second round.
And the Lakers?
They improved some, but like they was saying, the Spurs is building a dynasty, and if they get a couple more players in the draft, they will be somebody to deal with. And Reese got one of the biggest contracts McDonald's has ever paid out, and they took her over Caitlin Clark, and that was huge.
Okay, and Henry, what do you think about that trade, man, with De'Aaron Fox going to the Spurs?
Well, De'Aaron Fox, to me, he was their best player. So they kind of took a look there. And even though I like Zach Levine, but they already got Monk and they already got DeRozan. All them three guys are kind of similar. So I don't think it really moves the needle to them. I don't know who's their point guard. I know Sabonis, he's a good passing big man. So I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to move the needle. And the same thing that everybody's saying about Luka, them three guards I just mentioned, they don't play no defense either.
Okay, but what about the Spurs then? But it help the Spurs.
But absolutely, because now they had Chris Paul here. So Chris Paul, he's 42, right? Ain't he 40 up there with LeBron? He's up there, right? So
don't make him 42, man.
Yeah. So let me say he's 40. I think he's 40 like LeBron. But what I'm saying, I think De'Aaron Fox will definitely make them better. They still got their guard from UConn. They're still gonna be pretty good, but they're young, so they like Anthony was saying, they may make it one round, but I think where they're sitting at, they may be right outside the playing in the West because the West is so loaded.
Okay.
So I think they're like 2 games above 500, and I think they're outside the play.
Okay, Bishop, go ahead, Bishop. All right, give me a opinion.
I'm not going to add too much more to what's been said. Henry already made mention of the fact that the Spurs do have some guys that are literally on the bench. Stephon Castle, of course, Chris Paul, and I can't think of the other guard they have that can be developed to help give them what they need. On the other hand, I mean, I don't see anything that stands out, and I hear, just like you guys do, I have to watch and see, give them time.
Can they beat the Lakers? Can they beat the Lakers right now?
That's a hard question. Possibly, because right now, well, look at it this way. If you're going to throw the Lakers in there right now, the Lakers have to refit or regel. Somebody give me the right word. They've got to kind of get that well-oiled machine working the way it needs to work so that they'll come out. That's got to happen on both ends of the stick. So again, I'm one of those wait and see kind of people, because we can talk about it all day. Oh yeah, they're going to be the greatest team. They're going to the finals, just like Minnesota. They will poop a big one. You hear me?
All right, go ahead, Don.
Well, as far as the Kings go, they're just going to stay the same. They're going to get no better. They ain't going to beat the Lakers. That's out. But as far as the Spurs go, this is when we get to find out, is Chris Paul that real general that everybody said he is? I've never been a big fan of him myself. I feel he's a loser, but he's the man that can pull this team out. That's what they got him for,
right?
To help win beyond. Now you got De'Aaron Fox. You can't take this team and do something with him. if they don't move up now,
especially if you want a ring too.
right? If they don't move up now, I'm blaming Chris Paul because that means he's not the general that they hired.
He's not doing his job. I'd agree.
Well, yeah, I think it's a good trade for the Spurs, because the guys are young and it's be a good opportunity for Chris Paul, like you're saying, the big guy, to show what he can do. Show what he can do. All right, we're gonna go to football, man. I know you guys waiting to talk about the Super Bowl. Larry, one of the questions, Andy, I'll get back to the basketball in a few at 6:30. I know Anthony got to leave early tonight, but Larry, the Kansas City Chiefs defense have not allowed 100 points yards rusher in the playoffs since 2029. Can Barkley break that streak in the upcoming Super Bowl championship game this Sunday? Can Saquon Barkley break that streak, Larry?
It's going to be a rough game. It's going to be a rough game. They're going to put everything on the run, and they're going to make Hurts beat him. I think he might get 100, 110. He ain't get much more than that because they're going to shut down the run. And that's something that they got one of the best defensive coordinators in football, and I think they're going to plan just to shut him down, and they're going to say, you beat us with the pass.
Are they going to shut down Barkley? That's you telling all of us right here. Even I'm
They
telling
will.
you, they're going to shut down Barkley.
They're going to shut him down.
They're going to shut him down. Well, how many yards are you going to get, Larry, if they shut him down?
I say realistically, he get about 110.
110, okay. Wow, that's not bad for a Super Bowl, 110?
And you get 50 yards, one half, 50 yards, the other half. That's not a lot of yards.
All right. What about you, Bishop? Can Saquon Barkley be the difference?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and opposed to what Larry's just said, I don't think they're the best run stopper in the game. I think they can do their job, but here it is in a nutshell. Saquon Barkley needs a pinhole, and you ain't catching him. Simple as that. And Kansas City's going to provide pinholes because let's go back over the season. Even though they won their games, how many rushers had they had that had 80 plus yards this past season? Okay. So bottom line is this. If they don't stop Barkley, and we'll know in the first quarter whether they can stop or not, they don't stop him. The red, white, and gold or whatever color they wear. Anyway, I'm done. I'm sorry.
What about you, Brother Anthony? Can they stop Barkley, the Chiefs?
The thing is, I think he could get his 100, but they may still lose because it's going to me, the matchup is going to be the Eagles defense versus the Chiefs offense. That's where the game's going to be won because you've got the Eagles are arguably the number one defense in all of football, and the Chiefs, one of the top offenses. And the thing that we're sort of sleeping on with the Chiefs, great. Barkley has been tremendous. There's no doubt about that. But the thing that makes the Chiefs tough is they've got that little three-headed beast going down back there with Hunt, with Pacheco, and the other kid Watson who comes off the bench.
Yep.
That could make them even tougher because it's not just focusing on one guy. You got to focus on three of them, and all of them can catch the ball out of the backfield as well.
Don't forget, Anthony, all of them can average 6.5 yards a carry too.
Yeah, they can. It's just the thing is, look, Barkley is the big play guy, and you have to be aware of that on any play of the field. But the thing that makes the Chiefs tough is that they'll basically beat you. They'll sort of paper cut you to death. Where 6 here, 5 here, 7 here, and it can wear down that Philly defense.
Anthony, I got a question. I'm going to my brother Nadine. Is this Philly team better now than it was 2 years ago? And is the Chiefs better this year than it was 2 years ago?
Philly is clearly better defensively than they were 2 years ago. I think that's obvious. The Chiefs haven't really lost much. I mean, if anything, like I said, they're more balanced right now. They're probably, to a certain extent, they might be a better running team now than they were a couple years ago when they played Philly.
Okay, wow. All right, Henry, what you think, man? Barkley.
Well, as far as Barkley, if he's going to get some yards, what Kansas City got to be is make sure he don't get the big run. I think they can hold him from getting the big run, but as far as Philly is definitely better to me on both sides of the ball because they have Barkley. They didn't have him in the Super Bowl the last time. I think they're better. I think the quarterback, because that Eagles squad was in the Super Bowl for the second trip now, they was just that first time, that was the first time being there, and they're here again. So they already know how that is, and I think that's going to even make them better. But I still going to pick Kansas City to win. But I think it's going to be close. Patrick Mahomes on the last minute drop.
Last minute drop. Go ahead, Don.
Well, I have to sort of agree with Henry a little bit there, but I'm saying Hurts, you guys better keep your mind on him because he's got to be the big different player in this game.
Yeah.
You know, Tom Barkley going to get his, but is Hurts going to get his little touchdown? Is he going to get that tush push going? You know, while you guys thinking about Barkley, Hurts like to run around that play going around, and he's on in there too when they get close on in there.
I agree.
That's on Hurts. He can make the big difference. Barkley going to beat Barkley, but everybody looking for Hurts to fold. And if he don't fold, the Chiefs could be in big trouble. If Hurts come along and hit 2 touchdowns, the Chiefs could be in big trouble. It could be a long night. But I'm going with the Chiefs too. It's going to be a close game, and you don't want Pat Mahomes to get the ball on the last play. It's going to at least be a kick or something. It's going in.
Yeah, well, we all gotta take the chance. Be honest with you, you'd be a fool not to go there.
No, I think I'm the only one riding the Eagles, Jerry, right now.
Yeah, you are.
Well,
I'm the only one riding the Eagles.
Bishop. I mean, I like the Eagles' chances. Trust me, because I think if any team that could beat them, especially when they lost 2 years ago, they want the revenge as well.
Right.
I think
you know what? I'm not looking at the revenge factor. I'm looking at the fact, and Don brought it up. They're going to be so focused on Barkley if they forget about Jalen Hurts. Remember, in the game against the Commanders, the man scored 3 touchdowns. Okay? And you got to remember, regardless of what play was called, an end sweep, 80 left, or what is that, 80 right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, you football guys. Larry, help me out with that. That slot. I don't know which slot it is, but the bottom line is, and see, I'm going to say this. I didn't say this earlier. The biggest issue for the Eagles is going to be Kelce, because if he's wandering around out there in the field by himself, especially over the middle, Kelce got no problem going over the middle. It's after he catches the ball that the Eagles will have their biggest issues, because he's usually averaging 10, 12 yards after he catches the ball. That's dangerous in the red zone. So, I'm going to still go with the Eagles. I kind of think they could, because they don't have an answer for Kelce. They really don't. So they're going to have to get at Mahomes, and if they don't get to Mahomes, they're like burnt toast, man. Just scrape off the black and put some butter on it.
But the thing, they got 10 people. They got 10 different weapons. You don't know what they're going to cut you with.
Yeah, well, you're right about that.
And that's why Kansas City, is such a great team now, because, like, if you play the Philadelphia Eagles, there's about 5 people you key on them. But when you play Kansas City, you don't know who's coming up.
But Larry, can Philly put that kind of pressure on Mahomes? Because even Buffalo did pretty good on him. Get some sacks. And
they prepared for that. It's gonna
Kelce was the difference.
Passes, and he's gonna get the ball in the hand very quickly, and he's gonna dink and dunk right straight down the field, just like the Washington Redskins did when they first started off the game.
You know what I like about Patrick Mahomes, Jerry? He doesn't wait for the receiver to finish the route. He puts the ball where it needs to be, and the receiver has to get to the ball. And that's the difference right there to me. I was noticing that when they were playing Buffalo. Any out route, anything heading toward the sidelines, he didn't wait till they broke and went with it. He put the ball up before he got sacked or before anybody touched him, and the receiver knew where he had to be, and he was there. Kelce was the only difference. Him and Kelce are got the same brain wave. I might as well just say that, I mean, I think Mahomes sits back there and just goes like this. Watch my eyes, and Kelce's, here I go. But, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm nervous because I picked the last 4 picks that I had. I went opposite of the Chiefs and got my behind handed to me. Excuse me for those of you super saved folk. I said behind. But anyway, The truth of the matter is, I'm still going to take that chance. I think the Eagles can. I'm not a fan of either team, but I'm an NFC guy, so I got to ride my NFC team.
We go with the Eagles. Well, but Brother Anthony, just before you leave, this is for you. Now, one of the questions my brother got: will Jalen Hurts outplay Patrick Mahomes in this Super Bowl this Sunday? What's your thoughts on that? Well, can Jalen Hurts outplay Patrick Mahomes?
Well, he's gonna if they're gonna win, he's gonna have to. And to be honest, I don't think we've really, again, I said this about a week or so ago too. I don't think people have really given Jalen Hurts his due. This is going to be his second Super Bowl in 3 years. His game has gotten better every year, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they've given him more weapons as well, but he's, to me, a win Sunday puts him in that elite class, in that top 5 echelon of quarterbacks. And let's put it again, I can't predict whether he will play better than Mahomes, but if the Eagles are going to win, he's going to have to outplay Mahomes.
Amen.
for them to even have a chance to win. But it's not like he can't. Again, I to be honest with you, as good a quarterback as he is, I still think he's one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the NFL, to be quite honest.
Okay, Larry, can he outplay Pat Mahomes?
See, the thing is, people I get stuck on trying to play Patrick Mahomes. I'll play him, and they get away from their game plan that would get them to a win. Because if he's not feeding the ball to Barkley, you know what I'm saying? You do what got you here. He hasn't been a quarterback to go out there and lead the team with the pass. That hasn't happened all year. And if he go up here and think that he can outdo Mahomes in the Super Bowl, he's sadly mistaken.
Okay. What do you think, Henry?
Well, there's 2 ways. I hear what Larry is saying, but see, Hurts can also use his legs. So there's not all the time just passing. It could be how Donald was saying too. People don't give Hurts because in the last Super Bowl he played pretty good, except for when he was running, he was wide open, he dropped the ball. So if he plays his game right and uses his legs along with his passing, yes, he can outplay Patrick Mahomes. That doesn't mean he's going to win the game, but he can outplay Patrick Mahomes and still lose. But he can if he balances his run game with his passing game, especially if Kansas City is aiming to shut down Saquon.
All right. Go ahead, Bishop. You said something already, Bishop?
No. I already spoke. I mean, the bottom line is simply this: you either put up or shut up, and that's where we are right now. The time for the talk to just be laid to the side. Jalen Hurts, you want to cement your legacy? Beat the man. If you want to be the man, beat the man. That's all you got to do. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts. You don't beat the man, we're going to have to listen to, I'll say it now in case we have to, Chief Larry Pearson say, I told you so. I told you so.
Larry Pearson.
No, we're going to call him Chief Larry Pearson.
Yes, I'll move it to the other side.
All right, we got Kendall. He just came to Kendall with the question: can Jalen Hurts, or will he outplay Patrick Mahomes?
He will not outplay Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts is a story of redemption. We know about his story in Alabama and how he lost his starting position to Tua, and then Tua got hurt, and then he won his starting position. They both have national championships. He had to go another year to play another year just to be drafted by the NFL. He was one of those players that they wanted to change positions. All he's done is outrush any NFL player in this era, in the Super Bowl era. He's got two playoff games or 3 touchdowns. Pat Mahomes, the anomaly, greatest player to ever play right now since Tom Brady. No, he will not outplay Pat Mahomes.
So you got the Chiefs in
I got the Chiefs.
All right. Henry, the question for you, since you asked it, do you think that Tyreek Hill regret not playing for less to stay with the Kansas City Chiefs? Since the trade, the Chiefs have won back-to-back Super Bowl championships and on the verge of a three-peat. Do you think Tyreek Hill regret leaving?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because you know what they say? Well, look at it. He since they traded, the first thing everybody said, well, what Patrick Mahomes they're going to do since Tyreek Hill left? They won the Super Bowl. They won it again. And Tyreek Hill, I mean, he was a big part of their offense. Since he went with Miami, because I know Tua gets hurt a lot, but what has he really done? It's not his fault because the wide receiver needs a quarterback. Now, just think if Tyreek Hill would have stayed here, you know, even though he's been playing for less, like Patrick Mahomes playing for less, a lot of the other quarterbacks, but he still wins. He couldn't stay there and win. They're making all kinds of commercials, all kinds of, you know what I'm saying? They've been in the Super Bowl.
Well, maybe he got a big head. What do you think, Anthony? Do you think Tyreek Hill regret leaving?
I think at the end of last year, he definitely, at the end of this past season, he definitely did. You know, again, I'm not going to tell nobody how they should, you know, make their money, but if you want to cement a legacy, you stay, you know, you stay where you're at in Kansas City. Um, let's put it this way. I don't think it's the sort of thing now where he felt like they didn't that they needed him more than he needed them, but now clearly the roles are reversed.
Right. Right. He's not bigger than the team. Not bigger than the team. What do you think, Larry? Tyreek Hill.
Yes, I think he definitely does it because right now he could have made all his extra money that he wanted off endorsements. You know, after winning 3 Super Bowls, he could have made all his money off endorsements. They would have been hiring him to do all types of stuff. See, they are short-minded. They just want to think of one thing: what am I getting paid? Not how much money you can actually make. You know, most ball players like Kelsey, he makes more money doing commercials and stuff than he do playing football.
He
So
does.
he was short-minded, you know. And right now, he wanted to just get off the team. He wanted to just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's not winning and he's not getting no more endorsements.
What about you, Bishop? What do you think, man? Tyreek Hill.
Let me say it like this without trying to add any extra seasoning to the mix that's already going out. Now, I want to make it perfectly clear, folks. I've never played craps, not the street level craps, a day in my life. I don't know how it works. All I was told was whatever you roll the first time, you get it again, you win. But in this particular case, Tyreek Hill threw for his number, ended up with snake eyes on 3 different occasions and crapped out each time. Tyreek, I wish I could help you. All I can offer you now is Charmin. That's about it.
What about you, Big Don?
Well, I can't remember word for word, but if you guys remember, he was really frustrated towards the end of the season. He was not a happy camper.
Yeah.
So I think, answer your question. You know, he was really frustrated with Miami. So, sure, in the back of his mind, he was saying, why the heck I came here? I think he was himself when he showed all that frustration.
Hey, New England can use him.
100%. He was the fastest runner, but you could run as fast as you want to. You don't have the ball. You don't amount to too many things. I know so many fast runners that have been out there. You know, how about Ronaldo Nehemiah? He was the world's fastest hurdler.
What about Lester Hayes?
You know, how about Lester Hayes? How about Johnny Lamb Jones or Ham Jones?
And that Devin Hester, throw him out there.
Well, Devin Hester is something different. Devin Hester ran the ball back, but without the ball, without catching that ball, you know, of course he regrets it.
Okay, well, I believe so too. But you got to remember, even like when Kevin Durant left Golden State, you know, sometimes you think you could do better somewhere else. That's
yep.
You know, I mean, because you got to look at your own legacy as well.
Kevin Durant should have never left OKC, but that's just my opinion.
Because Golden State want him back now.
Yeah, Golden State want him back. But would you want to go back?
Well, you know what, guys? I don't think he should have ever left OKC. And well, I'm gonna leave that alone because you can't drink spilled milk that's dried in a tablecloth, even if you put water in it. It's no longer milk. It's just white water. Truth of the matter is, Kevin Durant hasn't made very smart decisions himself. Going to Brooklyn, first to Golden State, and then deciding to go try to do something else, going to Brooklyn, that wasn't a smart decision. The Phoenix Suns, I don't think was very smart, but it was smarter than what he did the last 2 sessions. So, hey, here he is.
But Bishop, you got to blame Kyrie on that Brooklyn Nets team because remember Kyrie was.
Yeah, I'm not going to. You know what? At the end of the day, if you are the quote unquote star of the show, think about it, Jay. If you're the star of the show, you gotta will this team to win, with or without one of your best pieces. Am I right?
Like Kyrie, but if him and Kyrie made plans to go to Brooklyn together, and once Kyrie got there, he didn't want to get the vaccination and all that, right?
Don't forget about Harden. He wasn't happy there either.
Yeah, but
all of them didn't get along.
Yeah, but Harden came later on.
Yeah,
he came later on.
Yeah. Well, that's when they supposed to really win when Harden came.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah, but Kyrie still wasn't committed though. Not like the way he was.
Listen, he was too committed to the media because New York media is if you're gonna face any media and survive, New York is it. Okay. I mean, think about it. There's not another media outlet in this entire country that's more vicious and more vile than the New York media. The paparazzi in New York will chew you up even before you step foot on the court. And Kyrie couldn't handle the pressure.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's hard to blame Kevin Durant when he's giving his all. Remember, he was one toenail against the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 7 of winning that series.
Well, I'm only saying this, Jay, and I said it earlier. Had he stayed in OKC, he would have gotten a championship.
I think the OKC was also a coaching situation because they said that James Harden and Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant could be on the court at the same time. And then right after, James Harden turned out to be a max player, scoring champion. He led the league in assists at one time. We saw Russell Westbrook get 2 years of triple doubles, and Kevin Durant has shown that he could play off the ball. They kept on starting this guy named Cephalosha.
Yeah.
I believe that had they started that starting five of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins would have won an NBA championship.
100%. 100%. How you go bring Harden off the bench?
Off the bench.
And that's how they blew it.
That's how
then they
blew
want to start him in the middle of the playoff. In the championship, they want to start him later on. It's too late now.
Too late for that. You done already built the mold. Now live with it.
Wasn't James Harden gone when they was at a 3-1 lead on the Golden State Warriors? He was gone, right? He wasn't on that team.
No, he was still there.
Yeah, he was on.
Yeah, he was still
there. He was on the team.
Remember, Durant went before Harden.
Then Harden went to Houston.
Yeah, the Durant went before Harden.
Was there.
I don't think James Harden was on that team.
He was on that team.
He was. I think he was. Because the next year he played for Houston, he made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
That's when they started talking about fear the beard.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with Kendall. Bad management. You could have took that team and done something with it.
Yeah.
And Durant, though, right now, Golden State won him, but he actually don't have a choice because it'll be in a trade. So if they make a trade, he could be going right back to the Warriors.
Right. Okay. All right. I got to check it out because
they can't get rid of what's that other Bill? They can't get rid of him because they got a no trade clause. They want to keep him because he's younger. So ain't nobody to go with Kevin Durant.
Nobody wants to deal with Wiggins' contract. He ain't going nowhere. So what are you going to do?
I know. Kendall came in a little late. I got to ask Kendall before we go up. It's 6:53. What do you think about the Luka Lakers trade?
I don't know what to say about this. Listen, the Laker fans are coming at me. I'm going to look at the money part of it. I'm going to say that I looked at something up that's very interesting. And Luka Doncic jersey sales. Look that up. That's a lot. So, I don't know if it's a money situation. I don't know if Luka's going to have to go to the Dwayne Wade playbook on how to play with LeBron. I don't know, man. But I tell you, you got Luka Doncic in LA. Now you got Rui Hachimura that can play a little bit. Because, first of all, AD is a superior player, superior individual player, and he's got his one championship. He seems content. Doesn't show up too much when it comes to games. Neither does Luka as much. He gained a lot of weight. But I don't know. LeBron can play with anybody. That's got to be the most dynamic twosome in the NBA right now. As far as scoring-wise, I think LeBron can adjust his game. I think LA made if they get a big man to be in the middle, just like the Grizzlies have with that guy Zach Edey.
Okay.
You know, if you get a space heater down there,
Uh-huh.
play is going to be serious.
Okay. Which team made out the best on this trade?
I'm the one who thought that LA made out the best, but I'm getting shot at thinking that they're saying that no, you got Kyrie and AD in Dallas. So I think the Lakers made out.
Why is that?
So, because he's a 5-time All-Pro. You got a guy scoring 35 points a game with LeBron James. LeBron James gonna figure that thing out, man. He's brilliant. Yeah. You know what I mean? He figured that thing out with Dwayne Wade. He figured that thing out with Kyrie Irving. He won a championship with Anthony Davis.
All right.
Go against it. I'm not gonna go against LeBron. Listen, I can't do that.
I looked it up, man. James Harden, he wasn't on that team, man.
He wasn't.
He wasn't on the 2016 Thunder team. He wasn't on that team. I didn't think he was. It was Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. That's why Kevin Durant left.
They were beefing
because he felt that he couldn't win with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
he sure couldn't.
He couldn't win. That's why he left.
He sure could.
Now,
all right. Now that we know, now you make mention of it. I remember Russell Westbrook taking some of the wildest shots in the last 20 seconds of a game I have ever seen. You ain't had no kind. Hey, he's got no shot at the basket. He's at least 17, 18 feet out, and he think he's just going to come in amongst the trees and slam dunk. They send the ball back into row 35, seat 12, section AD somewhere, and the game's over because the ball never gets back to the court before the clock runs out.
You want to say something?
Well, I want to say something about AD and Kyrie. When it comes to the big games, who's going to be the real finisher in that game? Kyrie is the finisher, but then again, he's not. There's a lot of games that Kyrie don't come through down the end. You know, I have some confidence, but I don't have a lot of confidence in Kyrie like you do somebody Luka. Luka always had to pull him out. We know Kyrie hit that big shot against the Warriors and all that. He's really good, but I think in this situation here, them guys are not going to have an excellent close.
Well, Kyrie was never really a leader, even when he was in Cleveland. You know, before LeBron got there, he was a great player, but he never really was a leader.
All right, so who gonna be the leader?
Can we establish this? If the play is inside, I'll say Davis. If it's outside, I got to give it Kyrie. Who's their third option? I don't know who their actual third option is.
Klay Thompson.
Kyrie, but can you pull him through? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got Klay.
They got Klay Thompson. Yeah.
They got Klay Thompson, but he's not a leader.
All three of them guys, you ain't got no leaders. Klay, AD, and Kyrie, you ain't three guys. You got no leader.
Yeah,
just good players.
Yeah, he was the third fiddle for Golden State.
Yeah,
the second fiddle.
Yeah,
no, but he wasn't
no
the leader.
No leader. So
yeah, when Kevin Durant came, he really like the third guy. And Draymond Green was probably the fourth.
So I'm saying them guys are not going to make out.
Okay, Andy, my final question. You said Devin Booker is the number 10th scorer in the NBA with a scoring average of 25 points a game and didn't make the All-Star team. What is your thoughts? Why he got snubbed? I'll start with you, bro.
Well, there's so many good players in the West. I can't remember everybody that's on the team. But seem like Devin Booker should have been on there. So I don't know who. It might have been maybe one of OKC might have two players. I'm not sure, but I think the only one of OKC better than Devin Booker would be SAG. I think if there's another guy from OKC that if he made it, I don't think he should have been over Devin Booker. Or it might have been somebody from Houston too.
What you think, Larry? Why you think he got snubbed, Larry? Devin Booker.
Because he don't show up every game. Sometimes he disappears, you know.
Anthony Davis, okay.
Sometimes he disappears. You know, when it comes, even in the playoffs, when it comes down to win a tournament or take a team out, sometimes he show up and sometimes he don't. You don't know which one you're going to get.
But for his defense, you know, if you got to focus on him, you could do that because if he's the star player, he's no Kevin Durant, he's no LeBron. So if you put 2-3 guys on him, then you can take him out of his game. Just that simple. Go ahead, Bishop. Was Devin Booker's snubbed by the NBA for not making the All-Star team or what?
I won't say he was snubbed. There were just too many in front of him that were as good and in some cases better than him. Devin Booker is just going to have to just play a little better, try a little harder. He's got to get, huh?
You got the name.
The name isn't going to get it for you in this day and age, Jerry. Truth of the matter is, you want to be noticed. You want to have to do what it takes to go beyond. Devin Booker. All right, let me paint a quick scenario. Right now, some people think Devin Booker should be on the All-Star team. Okay, you got a valid argument. Devin, go out there and pour 50 a night, maybe 2 or 3 games. How about taking a couple of steals, do a couple of double-doubles, maybe 1 triple-double, something that's going to make them turn their heads and say, I think we made a mistake, fellas. They'll have you on the roster next year, I promise you. You go out there and be Devin Booker and have shades of your Philadelphia days. I don't want to play today. I don't feel good. You're going to be right where you are today.
Go ahead, Captain. What you think, man?
I'm not even worried about Devin Booker. I'm worried about Sabonis. Sabonis, the power forward, who's a walking double-double, triple-double. If that boy doesn't get 20 points and 10 rebounds, we wonder what's wrong with him. That is the omission of the decade when it comes to being on an all-star team. And it's been 3 years in a row. And that guy's been dominating every year. And the Kings had a good record. Phoenix Suns don't even have a winning record. I mean, they have a pretty good record. Yeah, they're okay. But no, they haven't gelled. I mean, Devin Booker is an outstanding player. He's wonderful. Just like Bishop says, can he do it on a consistent basis? Devin will give you 50 one night, give you 19 the next night. He's one of the better players. He is, but the most consistent machine in the NBA besides the Joker is DeMontis Sabonis, who should be on that All-Star team.
All right, what you think, Don?
Well, Kendall hit it. They don't have a winning record, so that puts them way down there.
Yeah.
Those guys, I've just been to look up what their record is. I think they're around 8.
My Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix, I think they're around 8.
They're not too far.
Yeah. So they don't have a winning record.
I watched him last night, too.
Yeah, so that's why he's not in it. They'll take 2 guys off of the Timberwolves or one of them other teams and leave you out when you don't have a winning record. I mean, so Phoenix Sun was supposed to do really great.
Yeah,
they're scheduled to be up there, and they're not up there. And so if Devin Booker is their leader, this is what you get.
Well, I think Phoenix got the same problem that the Miami Heat had when they first got together. Whose team is it? And both players are deferring to the other player. Kevin Durant is deferring to Booker sometimes. Booker deferring to Kevin Durant. Somebody got to take charge. Somebody got to say, this is my team. When you give me the ball, and I'll make it happen. It's not happening like that. And even Bradley Beal, he has too much freedom sometimes. He tried to take over sometimes. I watched him last night.
They done put Bill on the bench right there.
Well, he played last night.
Games he came off the bench.
But he still got that mentality that he think he Washington Wizards sometimes.
Yeah, well, coming off the bench show how important he is too.
No, they want him to quit. They want him to quit and get traded.
Get rid of him because he got no clause in his contract.
They might try to.
That's why. I don't think so. He had to want to go along with it. But why go along with that when he can sit on the bench and make all that money?
All right, my final one, Kendall. LeBron James scored 33 points against the Knicks the other night in the Garden. 11 rebounds, 12 assists. Saturday night. 40 years old. How great is LeBron, and how bad was that for the Knicks at home?
Well, I don't think it's bad at all for the Knicks because LeBron I think he's a cerebral player. I mean, sometimes do transcendent players show up at Madison Square Garden and do their thing. Michael Jordan got the double nickel. Even Ben Gordon did his thing in UConn. I mean, he showed up. The lights were on. It was New York City. It was LeBron James. He just did what he does. I don't think it was bad for the Knicks at all.
So that's the problem. Knicks going to have somebody come in their gym.
Hey, listen, a lot of people have that problem because they call it the best place in the world to play basketball. So why not your best game? They call it the Mecca.
Well,
think about it. I mean, how many superstars flash through there? We can go down the list. We'll skip Michael. We'll skip Kobe. Let's skip Reggie Miller because every time he comes to the Garden, he lights the Knicks up like a Christmas tree. Dwight Howard would come in and do some damage. I mean, we can go there. It's a long list of superstars that have come into the Garden and have literally embarrassed the Knicks. So what are we going to do about that? I'll never forget when they traded Mark. He's a commentator now. trade him to the Golden State Warriors.
Mark Jackson.
And this is back in the 90s. I went to that game after they had traded Jackson to Golden State. Jackson lit him up. Just lit him up. So, I mean, you know, if you want to get famous, go to the Garden. That's all you got to do.
But that's what Jalen Brunson got to step up. Him or Cat. I mean, it's your chance.
No. I don't want Jalen Brunson to step anywhere. I want him to learn the word pass. Learn that word. And then learn the word defense. If he learns those two words, we're going to be all right.
What you think? What you think, Larry? Of LeBron James and his performance?
He just wanted to put on a show in New York City at Madison Square Garden to put on his legacy, what he has done. You know, he has done it every place, but they make it a point when they get to Madison Square Garden to put on one of the biggest shows. And what's a better time to do it when you're 40? You know, and show the world that you still got it like that. You know. He was making a point.
All right, what do you think, Henry?
He's the ageless wonder. That's all I say about LeBron. He's 40 years old, and he's still looking good.
See the GOAT?
Yes.
He's the GOAT. Wow. Hear that, Bishop?
You know what? I'm not even gonna get that argument going. You know why? And I sent to Henry a couple of tapes from Dr. J. We think Michael was the first one to jump the foul line. We think Michael's the first one to walk on air. No, Dr. J taught Michael by way of example how to do all that. So I'm gonna leave the GOAT alone. When you're talking numbers, you gotta say LeBron. When you're talking authenticity, I'm still saying Dr. J, even though the rest of us are saying Michael Jordan.
All right.
Well, I didn't get my chance.
Go ahead.
Bishop stole my turn.
Sorry about that.
No, I just wanted to say I ain't got much.
That's a first now. I want you to know that, folks.
I watched the game last night, and LeBron went there to show out.
Yeah.
You know, he was over there with Spike Lee. They hugging, shaking hands, everything, waving at the fans. You know, he went there to show out. He knew he was going to be there, and he went there to do exactly what he did last night. You know why? Because he know he could do it against the Knicks.
And the thing about it, Bishop, well, I saw Michael at the Garden, Michael Jordan in person. I saw LeBron a couple of times. I was there when Dwayne Wade hit the big shot at the buzzer. Yep. So hey, you go to the Garden, you know, to show off, and they show out at the Garden. I had a chance to go see Kobe that night. He scored 60-something points.
64 points.
I didn't go. But I said, so the Garden was always, to your point, everybody go to the Garden.
Basketball
like
friendly.
you were saying, Kendall, right there, to go there to, you know, to show off a little bit. But that's going to wrap the show up tonight.
I got one thing I want to say really quickly. Next week, we're going to have an interesting treat. The Connecticut Falcons, and what I want to share with you about this Connecticut Falcons semi-pro football team, it's a bunch of gentlemen from all walks of life. You got an XFL player, Canadian Football League player. You got a guy that played in the Jets. They practice at Cross. You got an attorney. You got guys that are out of jail, ex-drug users. You have a coach in Ivan Munoz. It's such a story that's just so remarkable. I just hope you guys tune in for that particular treat. I was actually talking to one of the players, Billy Deemers, and just listening to his story. It's just what sports and redemption and a second chance and for the love of the game is all about. People that are out there that are just doing their thing. I mean, the guy that runs it, happily married, got kids from the age of 18 to, you know, a little baby, you know, so he's a wonderful young person. But I just definitely, I'm inspired when I see stories like that. I'm actually going to go see them practice on Saturday.
Okay, so
we're looking forward to it.
Connecticut Falcons. That's going to be next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Okay, next Tuesday. All right, looking forward to it, man. All right, Bishop, close out in prayer, Bishop.
All right, as always, we thank you, the listening and the audience that's watching, whether it's KMI International, whether it's YouTube, or even here on Facebook Live. We so appreciate you. Don't forget to send in your comments. Let us know what you think. Send in some subject matter that you might want to talk about. We'll entertain it. And if it's crazy, we still might entertain it. You never can tell. Nonetheless, we pray that you've had a great time. Father, in the name of Jesus, as we get ready to leave this beautiful podcast, thank you for everybody's input. Thank you for all who have participated. We ask that you would keep your eyes on our brother Bruce. And God, we pray here and now for our dear sister Pamela, Pastor Pamela T. And Dr. Walter Teague, as she's handling whatever it is that's bothering her, God, we thank you for her healing now in the name of Jesus. Thank you for her recovery. God, we continue to pray for Larry's daughter, Father God, as well as Lady Doreen Green and Sister Vera, Father God. We pray for my brother Kendall, my brother Henry, and our brother, you just left us 5 seconds ago. Father, we thank you for just watching over each and every one of us. Now, as we leave this place, but never your presence, continue to walk with us, stand with us, lead us, guide us, guard us, govern us, protect us, and correct us as we move forward. Now unto him who's able to present us faultless before his throne. To the only wise God be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now, henceforth, and forevermore. And the great men of God said, amen. Amen. Lord, don't forget Bob. Lord, please don't forget Bob. Please don't forget Bob. Amen.
All right. So you guys available Friday. We'll do it again Friday. And next Tuesday, Big Don's gonna run the show. Him and my brother Henry is gonna run the show next Tuesday. So you guys have a blessed week, all right?
The Indians are running the asylum. Huh? No, let me stop.
Friday we're gonna go around for our predictions again. Everybody got Kansas City, so we ain't got except for you, Bishop. You got Philly.
Now I'm not. If the Eagles win, I'm not even gonna say I told you so. I'm gonna sit here just like this.
By Friday, you might be going with the Chiefs. We'll wait and see.
Ooh. And you know what? I was just starting to like you, Don.
You guys have a blessed night, man. All right,
God bless you.
Okay.